F. Renee Evans, perceived as the principal woman of R&B, hails from Lakeland, Florida, and was brought up in New Jersey. She transformed the music business in the wake of moving to Los Angeles in 1991. At first, she filled in as a support singer. She grabbed the eye of Puff Daddy and turned into the primary female craftsman endorsed by his mark, Terrible Kid Records, in 1994. At 20 years old, this cooperation prompted the arrival of 3 platinum-insured studio collections somewhere in the range of 1995 and 2001. F. Evans has amassed a worldwide deal record of more than 20 million collections. Past her melodic undertakings, she is generally perceived as the widow of New York rapper Christopher Wallace, otherwise called the famous Huge. Their wild relationship pushed F. Evans into the middle of the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop quarrel, gathering critical consideration in the rap music scene. Unfortunately, the famous Large was lethally shot in a perplexing drive-by shooting in Los Angeles on spring 9, 1997. F. Evans honored him with a Grammy Grant-winning single, I'll Be Missing You, in 1998. Gliding Puff Daddy in the band 112. Notwithstanding her music profession, she has wandered into acting and composing. She made her screen debut in the 2000 melodic show Turn It Up and wrote her self-portrayal named Keep the F a Diary. Excellent vocal. Distributing in 2008, which got the 2009 African American Scholarly Honor for Best Life Story Journal. Her assessed total assets remains at $5 million USF. Evans was brought into the world on June 10, 1973. In Lakeland, Florida, to Helen Evans, an African-American expert vocalist, and Richard Lover, a performer of English and conceivably Italian who had been missing from F's life since before birth and was brought up in New York, New Jersey. F. Evans was at first focused on by her cousin Johnny May and spouse Orville Kennedy, who went about as her temporary parents in the midst of really focusing on various different kids. However, her natural mother Helen later endeavored to recover, so F decided to stay with Johnny May and Orville, whom she viewed as her grandparents experiencing childhood in a Christian family. She started singing at chapel at the young age of 2. And by 4 she charmed the gathering of Emmanuel Baptist Church in New York with a version of the Fifth Aspect's Let the Daylight In. During her time at college secondary school in New York, she sharpened her melodic gifts by singing with different jazz groups and partaking in outside shows and challenges, gathering acclaim for her outstanding voice. Subsequent to finishing secondary school in 1991, she momentarily went to Forum College in New York City to concentrate on showcasing, yet passed on Falu Wing a year to invite her girl China Twar Griffin, who was brought into the world in 1993. China's dad is music maker Kama Griffin. In 1993, F. Evans took the action to Los Angeles, where she looking for employment as a reinforcement entertainer for vocalist Al Bior. It was during this time that she grabbed the eye of performer Shay Combs, otherwise called Puff Daddy, who was dazzled by her ability, and in this manner marked her as the primary female craftsman to his Awful Kid amusement record name. In 1994, recently endorsed to Terrible Kid Records, Evans was enrolled by Chief Maker Combs to contribute backing vocals and co-compose melodies for Mary J. Large's My Life in 1994, and Usher's Presentation Self-Named Collection in 1994, preceding setting out on her own Presentation Studio Collection FA, which was delivered on August 29, 1995, created in a joint effort with Terrible Young Men, Principal Makers, The Contract Killers, including Chucky Thompson and Combs. The collection likewise highlighted work with Jab and Tone and Spice Middleton. F accomplished platinum status with 1.5 million duplicates sold, impelled by hit singles You Used to Cherish Me and Soon as I Return Home. In 1994, a year preceding her collection's delivery, she wed rapper and Mark Mate, the famous Big, whom she met during a Terrible Kid photograph shoot. They had a child together, Christopher George Lore Wallace Jr., who was brought into the world in 1996. The relationship became caught in the East Coast-West Coast hip bounce fight after claims of an issue with rapper Tupac Shakur. Unfortunately, Wallace was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles in the spring of 1997 following their partition and Wallace's passing. F. Evans started a relationship with record organization chief Todd Russaw, with whom she had her first child, Joshua Jihad Russaw, married in the mid-year of 1998, and invited their second child, Ryder Even Russaw, in 2007 following the infamous B's demise. Puff Daddy helped F. Evans create the recognition tune I'll Be Missing You, which turned into a worldwide hit, burning through 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 outline. After procuring a Grammy grant in 1998, she got further Grammy selections the next year for her cooperation with Whitney Houston and Kelly Cost on Shock In. F. Evans' second studio collection, Keep the FDI, delivered on October 27, 1998, was a wonderful source of both blessing and pain, predominantly composed and created without anyone else. Notwithstanding introductory questions, the collection got positive surveys and achieved platinum status, including hit singles like Love Like This and The Entire Night. Her third collection, Fully, in 2001, denoted a change underway and joint effort, yet accomplished platinum certificate. However, with moderate single progress in 2004, she disavowed Terrible Kid Diversion and endorsed with Capitol Records, delivering her fourth studio collection, The Main Woman, in April 2005. This collection highlighted joint efforts with different makers, and it turned into her most noteworthy diagramming collection, arriving at number 2 on the Bulletin 200 outline and number 1 on the atop R&B hip bounce collections. Graph. Moreover, she delivered an occasion collection, A Full Christmas, soon thereafter, denoting her last delivery under Capitol Records because of the organization's procurement in 2007. After a long break, F. Evans sent off her own record name. Engraved Productive Music Bunch in 2010, she gathered a gifted group to construct the mark without any preparation and started teaming up with specialists like Kia Cole, Redmond, Sneak, Homie, and Raekwon for the mark's debut collecting. On sometime thereafter, she endorsed with the autonomous record mark E1 Diversion and delivered her fifth studio collection, Something About F, on October 5, 2010. The collection appeared at number 15 on the Bulletin 200 into the autonomous collections diagram. Its lead single, Gone, currently spent more than 30 weeks on the U.S. board Hot Craftsmanship R&B hip bounce melodies, outline peeing at number 22 of every 2011. She sought legal separation from Todd Russell, then spouse. They reported their separation in May 2011, communicating their longing to keep it hidden for their kids. In 2012, F. Evans, co-chief, created and showed up as a cast part on the TV1 unscripted TV drama, Ran B Divas Atlanta Is Close By. Gilbert, Silena Johnson, Kiki Wyatt, and Monifa's series, which shows the vocalists adjusting their music vocations and individual lives, prompted the creation of an Evans La Gathering collection of R&B divas in memory of Whitney Houston. The show was a rating achievement, producing a twist named R&B Divas Los Angeles and 2 extra seasons. She procured a Grammy designation for Best R&B Collection at the 55th The Honor Function in August 2013. She declared her work on her sixth The Studio Collection exceptional, highlighting joint efforts with different specialists. The collection, delivered in November 2014, appeared at number 27 on the U.S. Top R&B Hip Hop Collections diagram and number 17 in the U.S. Autonomous Collections graph in 2016. F. Evans uncovered her association in completing the Aposthemous collection for the infamous By Name The Lord and I, highlighting 2-part harmonies with her late spouse. The collection was delivered in May 2017, and in July 2018, she married maker and love and hip bounce Atlanta star Stevie J. The couple delivered the hit melody A Moment in July 2018 and showed up together on a few episodes of Affection and Hip Jump Atlanta, and passed it on to Stevie somewhere in the range of 2015 and 2019 anyway. In May 2020, she was captured for crime-aggressive behavior at home against Stevie J, although the charges were subsequently dropped. In 2021, Stevie J petitioned for legal separation, concluding in 2023. Of every 2021, F. Evans contended as Skunk in Season 6 of The Huge Vocalist, where she made references to the deficiency of Famous B and her child's chemical imbalance. Also, she's sought after acting with jobs in movies like Turn It Up in 2000 and The Battling Enticements in 2003, as well as visitor appearances on TV programs like Cream in 2004. She likewise worked on fostering her own sitcom, In Light of Her Life, on August 29. 208. Evans' distributed personal book named Keep the FA Journal, co-composed with Elia S. Lord. The book dove into the vocalist's life, especially investigating her perplexing connection with her late spouse, the famous Big. Upon its delivery, Keep the FA Diary accomplished top 20 rankings on New York's Blockbuster list for 2 continuous weeks, as the last section of her journal came to a nearby F. Evans, remaining at a level of 5'6" or 168 tall, considered the fantastic excursion that had carried her to this second. She had confronted misfortune with elegance and assurance, arising more grounded and not entirely set in stone than any other time in recent memory. Thank you for watching this video.